Okay, so from this point we're going to access the system as an administrator, and every administrator is identified prior to the launch of the system. Therefore, when an administrator logs in, we automatically detect those with the assigned permissions, and they will go in with a slightly different view based on their administration permissions. So simply by clicking the login button, we'll enter our name, our admin username that is, followed by our password, just in the same way as any other user would access the system. And the system will now detect that it's an administrator logging in, and when we do log in, we're taken to the administrator homepage. And the administrator homepage essentially looks and feels the same as a staff member when they look at their mandatory training overview. But what we have here is an overview between all training records across the trust, and we've got a comparison of those not registered utilising the system and those currently registered using the system. Just a very quick statistic, you can see that for those not registered, we have 74% with green records, which are up-to-date training records, and for those who are registered, we've got 86%. So we've got a 12% increase, which I think gives an indication of how easy this system is to use. We can also look at priority training in exactly the same format as administrators and get that trust-wide view. And then also we can look at registrations on a day-to-day basis. So how many people are registering on the site every day over the last 7 days, and this continually refreshes. So we always get the last 7 days as a view. We can look at contracted staff, temporary staff, and junior doctor staff. And one step further, we can look at user sessions. So on a day-to-day basis, how many people are logging in and using the system. And again, that's contracted staff, temporary staff, and junior doctors. Just some helpful statistics that we as administrators may want to refer to. Okay, so getting down to the nitty-gritty. Courses. Well, administrators will set courses via the admin section. So if we look at contracted staff courses, here we can see a list of every course that a contracted staff member may access. We can add to this course, and then we can actually set the additional information in relation to each course here within the course description section. And once that's updated, that instantly becomes live. So for example, if we choose Dignity at Work, we see what we have here in the course description section, and we can change that, add to it any time. We can add web links, for example, very similar to what you would see within Microsoft Word and all the compatible formatting tools. We can also add course task links. So these are the links that we need to set and assign to a particular course. So it could be an e-learning topic, it could be a Word document, a PDF, for example. And then we can also allocate that to the specific staff groups and ensure that it's only visible to the relevant staff groups. Just one thing to note at this stage, that everything can be added via the admin section apart from e-learning packages and video, which would need to be sent to Innovate so we can log and upload to our server in order to track them accordingly. In terms of actually uploading course resources, if you look here, this is the area where we can upload files and documents in relation to the training competencies that we can see here. We can also import external links where required, but overall this here is the file upload area, and we've got a log here, a file management log, essentially of all the files that have been previously uploaded to be attached to training competencies. So within the course section and the course maintenance section, we can add courses, add details, add links, and importantly add resources. And that's how we cater for that. In addition, we've got a range of things such as reports and logs. For example, if we go to the training log, we can see a log of all training undertaken via the training interface by date and time, the user type, so if it's contracted staff, non-contracted for example, the name of the staff member, payroll number, and the actual course that they've undertaken. This section here is really for staff to utilise if they're posting information back into ESR and logging this within ESR, so they can change the status from live, pending, sorted, etc., etc. This may vary for NLaG, particularly with the data loading software that we will be utilising in the future. So this is just an example of a log of training which provides the evidence and audit trail. Our logs and reports are very much bespoken to the trust we're working with at any one time. So your training log and reports may be different to Leeds, for example. It's a bespoke reporting system that we operate with, and you can see the variety of different things that we've added for Leeds over time, and the same with reports. If I just look at some of the other logs as well, we have a link server log, and essentially this identifies the data that we receive via the link server with Leeds. So we can look at things like newly imported training records, records deleted, new staff deactivated, if any new courses were added, etc. So again, we've got an audit trail of what's happening every time we have that data refresh. We've also got a technical support log. So what you can see here is any type of technical support issues can be logged here by staff, and the Innovate technical support team will pick these up. They can be prioritised, as you can see, and we will tend to those, and we can change their status to completed. So live will eventually be completed, and the relevant administrators will be notified accordingly. Okay, so furthermore, we've got administrator permissions. So here we can add administrators. So we can allocate all the people we wish to be an administrator, and here we can set the permission. So senior administrator has a level of access with some restrictions. System administrator is essentially a view to everything, and we can set that up here. So overall, you can see within admin we are able to access a range of reports and logs. We're able to allocate and add new administrators and assign permissions to them. And obviously a main part of this is adding information and resources in relation to courses. And as I've said previously, this will be flexible and bespoken to each and every trust we work with. And obviously what we've seen here for Leeds will differ somewhat for NLaG, but it gives you an idea of how admin will utilise this. If you have any more questions, please feel free to contact us at any time.